The Gambia Immigration Department confirms a worrying trend: foreign nationals increasingly using the country as a transit corridor for irregular migration. This revelation follows a series of operations in which authorities intercepted 122 potential migrants in Jambur, Sanyang, Batakunku, Brusubi, and Burful within a short period. On April 19, 2025, 8 migrants are first intercepted in Jambur. This followed by an arrest of 77 others in Sanyang and a further 37 in a separate operation across Batakunku, Brusubi, and Burful. Deputy Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Immigration Department, Inspector Suleiman Sambo, says a thorough investigation led to the arrest of Lamin Jawara, identified as prime suspect in the smuggling network. Jawara reportedly disclosed the involvement of Lamin Jame, a repeated offender currently on bail, as a key recruiter and payment handler for migrants.
An investigation indicated one Lamin Jame, who has a pending case with us and currently reporting on bail, is yet again involved in receiving payment and recruiting migrants for another irregular migration journey. A migrant attested to have paid a sum of $55,000 to Lamin Jame in Sarekunda for the trip. Further investigation revealed that Mr. Jame, who is currently in our custody, was also engaged in collecting money and recruiting migrants from the Gambia and Senegal. He has confessed to receiving over four payments ranging from $30,000 to $50,000. However, Mr. Jawara insisted that he is not an agent, as he only opted to travel to Europe just like the rest of the would-be migrants.
Inspector Sambo provides further insight into the intercepted group in Sanyang, noting the 77 migrants come from mixed nationalities, suggesting the existence of an organized network that spans multiple countries.
7 would-be migrants include 36 Gambians, 2 Senegalese, 22 Guineans, 2 Nigerians, and 6 Malians. 7 of the migrants were female and 5 other minors. Witness statements were obtained from some of the migrants, and the investigation team was duly informed that one Sekou Kamara, a native of Farato, is the sole organizer of the irregular migration trip. He recruited migrants in the Gambia and promised to transport them to the Canary Islands through a irregular migration route. He has amassed over 200 payments of would-be migrants ranging from $20,000 to $50,000. The migrants were initially harbored in a compound in Jalamba before moving to Sanyang on Sunday, 20th April. While awaiting departure at Sanyang, 77 among the would-be migrants were intercepted by the GID officers while others fled the scene. So it was on Sunday, the 27th April 2025, the GID officers of Gunjur and Tanje in collaboration with Guardia Civil in a separate operation intercepted 37 would-be migrants. 22 of the migrants were intercepted in Batakungu, 11 in Brusubi, and 4 at Burfut. And a vehicle with the registration number plate KM7946E was among the things that were captured. Among the intercepted migrants include 14 men, 23 women, 7 minors, all of whom are Guinean nationalities.
In response to the growing trend, Director General of the Gambia Immigration Department, Ibrahim Bob, called for enhanced regional cooperation. DG Bob recently returned from Mauritania, where he facilitated the documentation and repatriation of 27 Gambians detained under the new immigration measures introduced by the Mauritanian government.
Of entry into Mauritania, or the resident requirements of other citizens to Mauritania. First of all, we should understand that Mauritania is out of the ECOWAS bloc. That's number one. So they might not be as flexible as you're going to an ECOWAS member country. Their regulations, their entry requirements may differ from the agreement of the sub-regional citizenship and that free movement, one. So Gambians should pay attention to that. Two, when you are bound for a country, it's better you have information on the security situation of such a country before you get there. The requirement of having a work permit. I got to understand that when you are to regularize this work permit, if you are given 90 days, your 90 days, if it elapses, you must leave. You leave and then enter before you can be enrolled for any other regularization of stay. This is very clear. Now, one thing that is also required is tenancy agreement. If you must be residing in Mauritania, you should have a tenancy agreement between you and a landlord. This is also key. One of it also includes medical certificate. You should have a medical certificate. Another is means of support. You should have at least a $50 equivalent to almost 5,000 ubia in a bank for your sustenance. You should have valid documents from your place of origin. And these are the requirements that are set out as new regulations from Mauritanian authorities for those that are non-Mauritanians in the Mauritania.
The report has revealed that most of these people are not Gambians. But why are they running away from other countries? Initially, Gambia was not like this. It is not a departure point. But now, because I think lack of that regulatory framework that will serve as a deterrence for the culprits, to stop engaging in these activities. That is one of the things that are allowing people to come here. Because right now,
Gambia Deputy Chief of Mission in Mauritania, Sekouba Jaju, who accompanies the 27 returnees back to Banjul, said the new policy in Mauritania as strict but intended to prevent the misuse of country's territory by irregular migrants.
What brings all this is because the Mauritanians are changing their law. What they used to accept people to be in their country unaccounted, this time they said no. And we can also all attest to that. There are a lot of social problems in Mauritania. Any problem that you're thinking about here, raiding, bank robbery, daylight, killing, theft, is happening in Mauritania. Most of them are done by immigrants. And most of those immigrants are undocumented. So that's why they said generally they are going to regularize every immigrant there. So, but that doesn't have any impact on the relationship between Mauritania and Gambia. There are nationals. Gambian nationals are the least national arrested. Least. Still now when they arrest them, when we talk to them, they are Talibans, they are willing to release them, to give them another 3 months to go and regularize. So that shows that the relationship between Gambia and Mauritania is still intact, and they have also communicated that they don't have any problem with Gambians in Mauritania. What they want is they want every immigrant in their country to be regularized. So that means if that's the case, we all have to comply and then regularize.
One of the repatriated Gambian migrants shared a chilling account of his arrest and detention in Mauritania, explaining that the security forces picked him up from his residence without prior warning and hold him under harsh conditions.
Kabirum furara Mauritania mankol ya ko taki je miyalon ko apenta miyalon ko kabire muda nas kabire muda o tamule na alon ko Mauritania la banko ko liata because ye mudale konton tije da samo tije sometimes e kam burol kamana bur hafo empty bur haf mofla mo ka den wala mofla full bur mo nan ka den ala. So sometimes kodomin kata rebel until almost kodomin bambuluje ataral almost momo 40 mil ila ugia. So niyo falinjang almost akara 8,000. So 8,000 okono. So nibe mo kila pur kada police kila. Pura eta domoro sanena. Eba jola ila korola desang niyo falinjawa kila jam 25 la o 30 every day. So pour kata jonkondo fon problème so ndal o batata je so ndalta ko nyum bayen wolam fon da abanno lam fon ga so be government na dan kan pour ko mi be min ke kan ala banko dun la accès so government na fana nyanda ka wokelo bondintel kan.
The Gambia Immigration Department says it will continue to crack down on smuggling rings operating within the Gambia and urges community to report suspicious movement and recruitment activities. Authorities warn that traffickers exploit vulnerable individuals with false promises of safe passage to Europe. For TFN News, I am Ali Jalo.